Welcome on in N1MD Podcast. Your host, Kevin Hurt, Brian Sherrard. What's going on, man?
Woo! What is up, Hurt? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, man. Doing all right. Doing okay.
That's good. Well, let me first start off things with happy birthday week. You had your birthday, turned your favorite presidential number. Not only that, the miraculous thing of the day, besides, of course, Derek Jeter being elected to the Hall of Fame on the same day, which is that on that day, the Orioles scored 9 runs. Not only did they score 9 runs, Brian, they scored 9 runs in 1 inning to take a 9-8 lead, which is your birth date, to get their 45th win of the season, which is the number of how old you are on 9-8.
Crazy, right? I know. This is why I tell you all the time. I'm a big believer in like sports destinies and stuff like that. And I just think that can't be coincidence, Hurt. It just can't be.
No, because they should have done that last year for their 44th win. I mean, what was going on then? Why did they do that?
No, I just thought that was really neat, man.
Yeah, that was that when you were texting me that, I'm not watching the Orioles game.
Right.
But you texted me that if I was you, I'd have been like, yo, this is crazy. this wow. And especially was my team and especially coming back. But again, this is you as Herm Edwards says, as I say, and as unlike, even though you're a baseball purist more than I am, I'm more about you score the runs you need to score to win the game.
Oh, we totally agree on this one. Yo.
Yeah, I get tired of, he doesn't know the Tony La Russa. Tony La Russa would have been like, all right, guys, let's just take it easy. You can lose a game. You don't take it easy.
Oh, he laid down a bunt in the 8th inning when they were up 10-0. So what?
He doesn't know better. I had to address him in the locker room. Why are you? I'm like, maybe he's trying to start a rally, get on base. That's what I'm thinking.
Right.
You don't do that. You swing, young man.
Right.
You can't try to. Why would you try to get on base? That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. Why would you steal a base?
Yeah. Why?
That's disrespectful.
Right. Up by 7 runs.
How about somebody throw you out?
Right. So stupid.
That just always makes me angry. So.
Go ahead.
No. What are you gonna say?
Well, I was going to segue into what happened to the Orioles yesterday, but if you wanted to say something before we get there, that's fine.
Yeah, well, I just I just want to stay on the baseball. Just talk about how that day that they came back and it was just if that happened again on my birthday or something fun like that, that would be hilarious. So it's cool though, just that kind of thing happening.
Yeah,
and that's your team too. So it's like you're just watching your team. They're coming back. You're like, this can't happen. And it's just the day, the score, the day, the age, and all that stuff. That's that exact victory. So that's just a cool thing.
Yeah.
So totally different than what happened to them yesterday.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
The same reason why, to your point, why you never stop. Taking the gas off the pedal, the foot off the pedal, is what happened to the Orioles yesterday, man. They scored 10 runs and lost. They were up 10-5 at one point, and they still lost, man. So
yeah, dude, we were up. The match we were up not yesterday, but a couple of weeks ago we were beating. I don't know if the Nationals. It was like 7-0 or something, and they just kept coming back.
Yeah.
Score runs. I don't know why in baseball there's this stuff of taking your foot off the gas. Football, and they don't have that in football. They never take the foot off the gas.
No.
You keep playing. If you can't stop them, that's your fault.
Yeah, just ask Nebraska yesterday.
What do you mean?
I didn't like what Nebraska did. The game was clearly in hand yesterday, and they were very aggressive with like 1 minute left. They scored a touchdown with like 30 seconds left when they didn't have to. I thought that was whack. I mean, they clearly had the game in hand. They had the ball. What they could have did is they just could have knelt on it and let the clock go out. But they scored a touchdown. I didn't like that.
I mean, did they have like their backups in the game? Or I mean, was it like I didn't know the score.
It doesn't even. I don't even think it matters, dude. Like I said, I was actually watching football yesterday.
Which is that by itself. We watch a Big Ten Network or something.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was doing. And no, I caught like the last 2 minutes of the Nebraska game. I forgot who they were playing. But the game
it was an easier school. I know. I
can't remember. And the game was clear. I mean, it was clearly in hand. And they normally, you just run the ball.
Buffalo. They're playing Buffalo.
Buffalo, yeah, the Buffalo Bulls.
Yeah, it was 28-3.
Yeah, but it was 21-3.
Yeah,
and it was like 30 seconds left in the game. They had the ball. They throwing it downfield. They're in the red zone. Instead of just kneeling on it, taking a knee and letting the clock run, they run it in for a touchdown. Like, why? Like, that's
okay. Well, you know what? Honestly, I'm going to defend them. I am. Next week. No. Next week they're going to play Oklahoma, so they're not going to score. So they decided to get all their scoring done this game because they're going to get blown out next week.
Okay. All right.
Now that I know, it says Nebraska prepares for Sooners. Oh, okay. Now I get it.
Right.
Hey guys, I want you to feel good right now because next week is not going to feel. We're going to be Buffalo next week. That's all. So okay,
I just thought that was weak. I don't like when teams do that.
Yeah.
But, sorry to digress.
No. I just thought that was as soon as I saw who they were playing, that was funny.
Yeah.
So and the week before they won 2 games in a row. They beat Fordham last week, which is which is awesome.
Yeah, make them feel good. You know what I mean?
Those are the
those are the games that just make you feel good. To start the season.
Yep, and there's some that don't. So, but thank you everybody for tuning in NYMD podcast. Of course, we're on Stitcher, Spreaker apps, iHeartRadio, Google, Spotify, wherever you find podcasts, you'll find NYMD podcast. Of course, you can follow us on our socials, which is Facebook, IG, and the Twitter. We had 92 views on Twitter last week on a couple of tweets, and we appreciate everybody stopping in on that. And of course, we're on StreamYard on YouTube. You can subscribe and like to us. We appreciate it. And then, of course, leave your comments. So let's get this party started today, man. NFL Sunday. We got a lot to talk about.
All right. So, yeah, where do you want to start, Hurt?
I think we'll do a review. Let me get my anger out now.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do this.
So let's start with the day in college sports yesterday.
Okay, well, let's talk about the good first before you.
Well, let's talk about one good. I'm gonna just say we're gonna start with college, but we're gonna start with the U.S. Open.
Oh, okay.
Because that's the only time we're gonna talk about the U.S. Open, or tennis is gonna be like this 5-minute segment. So yesterday was a match of teenagers. Was 18 and the 19-year-old in the finals.
Wow.
One of them was the number 19 player from Canada, and she was the one who took out Naomi. The left-hander Fernandez. She took out Naomi. She took out the number 5 seed. She took out the number 3 seed on the way to the finals. Yeah, so she was on a roll. And the 18-year-old was from Great Britain, and they haven't won. A woman from Great Britain hasn't won a major in a long time. So that was their first major. It was just fun to watch. It was an exciting match. Straight sets. The one from Great Britain didn't lose a set all the whole U.S. Open. She didn't lose not one set. So she double setted everybody.
Wow.
So it was she was on a roll. She was playing hard, and she did great. And it was just fun to and I didn't think I'd be that excited. I'm so used to seeing Naomi or Serena, and I don't really care about too many other Zabalenkas and the Ash Bardys, the other top players. I'm not a fan of their games, but watching these two, teenagers play, it was in the crowd being as amped as they were behind them when they were playing, before they got up to the final, was really exciting to see. So that's pretty cool.
So who won?
I'm not gonna remember her name because Great Britain, the 18-year-old won.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, wow. So the 18-year-old beat the 19-year-olds in the finals. Fernandez was a 19-year-old from Canada, and I cannot remember her name. The one from Great Britain, the 18-year-old. But yeah, it was good. It was really good. It was fun, and I didn't think I was gonna have fun watching it, honestly, but I really did enjoy it. Okay. Really did enjoy it.
All right, what about who
Raducanu, the 18-year-old.
Okay.
So, what are you going to say? I'm sorry.
Who's in the men's finals?
Well, the men's finals is, as they usually say, "Come as you are." So it's of course Novak Djokovic and then Daniil Medvedev. So this is 1 and 2 in the finals. And Joker is going for the Grand Slam, which hasn't been done since 1968, which means having all the calendar main events of Grand Slams, winning all of them in one calendar year, the same calendar year, not like a Serena Slam, which was a little bit different. But yeah, Grand Slam, and also becoming the first ever 21-time Grand Slam Open champion. Right now, he's in a 3-way tie with Nadal and Federer with 20. So all three of them have 20, and he can break it today with 21 and become a Grand Slam champion. So it's a lot riding on the line for him. And he's been having a weird U.S. Open because he's been losing his first set like the last 5 matches. It's weird. Now, obviously, he's come back to win those, but he's been losing his first set to everybody. So we'll see today. It's I believe it's at 4:00 today on ESPN, the final. But it's weird that he's been coming from behind this whole time.
And it's funny. Look at your TV.
Are they having it in the background?
Yeah.
So it was definitely fun, and I'll probably definitely be watching part of this.
I was about to say you're not gonna be watching football, Hurt?
Well, the Washington game's at 1:00.
Okay.
Yeah, so once that's done, then I'm good.
Okay.
Even though I'm not watching, I'll be watching Red Zone anyway. So we'll see.
All right.
Maybe that might be the time I go ride my bike and come back. So, but yeah, that's the tennis beat for the weekend. So let's get into the good feeling college football games. What you got?
Well, how did you like the day overall? First of all, where was College Game Day this week?
College Game Day was in Ames, Iowa.
Was this Iowa State?
Say again.
Was this Iowa versus Iowa State?
It was Iowa versus Iowa State. They're both ranked in the top 10, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So it's a high-ranking matchup. Cyclones against Hawkeyes, and for the Cy-Hawk Trophy, which is 19 pounds, by the way. It's like 30 inches tall and 19 pounds.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so yeah, that's where game day was.
All right, so who was the victor?
Well, the victor for a 10th time in a row would be your Big Ten brethren, I should say, the Iowa Hawkeyes.
All right.
Now, Ashton Kutcher was there. He's an Iowa native, and he's an Iowa fan. And so he picked Iowa, and Iowa decisively beat too many turnovers on Iowa State.
Okay.
Yeah, they had way too many turnovers, and just Iowa capitalized on it and just kind of won that game. Not saying going away. The score would indicate it's a little bit closer, but they really dominated that game. So Iowa State, once again, they could upset people. They could beat Oklahoma's and Texas and stuff, but them in Iowa, that's just something about that in-state rivalry. You can't get past it.
Yeah.
But that was fun. It was fun to watch.
Any other games you enjoyed yesterday? I know there was one I enjoyed.
Oregon going into the game at Ohio State 0-9 all time. 0-9 all time against Ohio. The O against the O. And Oregon came in there and they actually won. Came in there, beat Ohio State. But I knew something was going to go on because when Ohio State was coming out, their band leader tripped and fell. And I have not seen that happen. They got back up, though, but I knew that was an omen. I was like, so they stumbled during this game as well.
Yeah.
And Oregon came in there from Eugene. And the fun part was the safety for Oregon I think after an interception, went over to the sidelines because Ohio State had recruits there for the game.
Oh.
And he walked over to him and he said, "You guys better come to Oregon now."
I didn't realize he did that.
That was cool. Yeah, that was fun. But that was an exciting.
It was a good game, man. Yeah.
Hey, number one, I just happy you watched it.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
Yeah, I watched the second half. It was very entertaining. I'm gonna tell you though, I'm really impressed with Ohio State's quarterback, though, man.
Yeah,
that guy's a player, man.
Yeah, CJ Stroud.
Yeah, yo, that guy can play.
He's a baller.
Yeah, I was really impressed with him. But at the end of the day, Oregon's defense, man, helped them out. I mean, they made stops when they had to make stops.
Yeah,
and that interception was huge. The interception was huge at the end of the game. So, but it was a good game. It was a fun game, man.
Yeah, I was pulling for some upsets here. There's a lot of upsets. Ranked teams. Arkansas put it on Texas. I guess they said, "Hey, if you want to come to the SEC, you got to start at the bottom." So they whooped them 40-21.
Whew.
In that one. Notre Dame barely escaped an upset because they were on Peacock Network. Maybe they didn't have the NBC power behind them. They're on Peacock, and they won 32-29 against Toledo. Really upset them. Texas A&M was at Colorado. They won 10-7. Close game. They lost their quarterback early in the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they scored a late touchdown to win. Miami at home was struggling with App State, but they came back to win. In the Holy Wars, they call it, BYU beat Utah. Utah was ranked at that time. Another ranked team losing is USC, losing at home to Stanford. Stanford, who stumbled out the gates, but came in, put 42 on USC.
Okay.
So 42-28 in that one. So yeah, it was just a fun college day for most people.
Yeah, you know who didn't have fun yesterday though?
Towson. I know it was tough. Towson going into this game because we're facing the Bison this coming week, the 18th at home. I was hoping we'd go in there as 2-0. We blanked Morgan 31-0 our first game. So this next game was against a highly ranked and really good New Hampshire team on the road. 28-14, we lost that one. So we don't have the momentum we would like to have going into this game against the Bison of North Dakota State, of Trey Lance and Carson Wentz. But it's still going to be a big game, and I know it's going to be a big crowd there at Towson.
Now, when Towson went to the championship game, didn't they face the Bison?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Terrence West.
Yeah. It was the best NFL player from Towson, Terrence West. Actually, no.
No, because you had the guy for the Saints, Bushrod for the Saints.
Yep. I was about to say, as soon as I was like, nope, wait. Yeah. He actually, because he won a Super Bowl with the Saints. So.
Yep. And Sean Landetta?
Oh, yeah. And Dave Meggett. So I can't,
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So, yeah, that's it. So let's move on. There is.
No. We're not moving on her. You're not getting moving on.
What do you mean? There's really no other ranked teams that Coastal Carolina beat Kansas.
No. Come on, man. Come on.
On Friday. All right. So
what happened?
Let me get into
what happened in Tallahassee last night, man? Oh gosh.
So the best part was that game was on ACC Network. So after the game was over, they cut to EJ Manuel, our former quarterback.
Yeah.
And also who he's a commentator, not a commentator, but an in-studio analyst.
Okay.
On there. And he felt how I felt. The dude, his hands was covering his face, and he was just like, I don't know what I just saw. They were on their own 40-yard line. There's 6 seconds left in the game. In order for them to even get a field goal, they probably had to get down to their 29. First of all, the game shouldn't be this close to begin with. It was 17-14 in the fourth quarter. We were playing 2 quarterbacks. Both of them sucked monkey nuts. Neither one of them did anything. We had turnovers. It was Jacksonville State is a really good. They usually make the playoffs in the FCS, which is the Football Championship Subdivision, which is the one that has all the playoff teams. So they're down there with Towson. They're the same Towson level.
Okay.
And Florida State was 26-0 against these FCS schools before last night. But it's just a whole. And I was texting with my friend who I went to high school with, and she attended Florida State. So we always kind of just go back and forth, texting during games or whatever. And mind you, this game started like 8, and it was like 11. But this is what happens. And I'm almost cursed, but I did. I'm trying not to. When you blow smoke up the butts of losers, and what I mean by that is that everybody gave them kudos for that loss against Notre Dame.
Oh, okay.
Like, they look like they're coming back, and great job. Notre Dame's ranked. They're in the top 10. We took them to overtime. We had a chance to win, but we didn't. And everybody was just patting them on the back. And I still go back to Ricky Bobby. If you ain't first, you're last. There are no participation trophies. Everybody gave Florida State a participation trophy. I told everybody not to do it. We got to see what we do over these next 3 games to see if we're a real team or not. And obviously we're not, because they took all that hype, all those people patting them on the back for losing to Notre Dame, and went into the Jacksonville game sleepwalking, and they got their ass handed to them. And they lost on the last play of the game on a play that I would do on FIFA to beat somebody playing a 4-3 defense. It's just a streak down the field. And they got beat. They weren't even playing prevent.
Yeah. I didn't understand.
All you had to do was tackle. They were at Brian. They were on their own freaking 40-yard line. Their own 40-yard line. How do you get him time to throw away down there and there's nobody and you don't tackle the guy? Rip his head off. I don't care at that point. Grab a face mask, a shoe, anything. You just let him waltz into the end zone. You can't. There's no want in that team. There's nothing in that team. Nothing. There's no heart at all. Period. They're heartless. They're gutless. All of them. Starting with the head coach.
Who is the head coach?
Huh?
Who's coach of
Mike Norvell.
Okay.
He came from Memphis. All of them. The play calling was garbage. Kenny, I couldn't remember his last name, and I was like, can he do better? That's what I call him. His name's Kenny Dillingham or whatever, but I was like, can he call a better play? Can he do something better than this? Can he not keep calling a Wildcat?
Yeah, explain to me why Florida State only had 17 points.
Because we suck. The turnovers, the play calling was bad. The execution was horrible. Neither quarterback had a rhythm or anything. They both sucked.
Were they shutting down the running game last night?
It was like, all right. To me, it was the play calling was disjointed. Right? I don't know. Don't ask questions like that. It's Wake Forest, which, by the way, at this point, who cares? Who cares? Everybody's like, everybody's like, Florida State needs to rebuild. I get it, but this is year 50 of that. This is garbage. This is garbage. You don't play like EJ was just like, I didn't even know. He was speechless. He was like, this can't happen. But it did. That can't happen, but it did. This wasn't even another Division I school. And I know somebody brought up, remember Alabama lost to Louisiana Monroe years ago. Nobody remembers that. You know why? Because Alabama became Alabama.
I was about to say, this wasn't in the Nick Saban era, was it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he was coaching.
It was?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They lost. Well, they don't play that team on the road. They lost at home. But it was so long ago because they've been Alabama. Nobody remembers that. But, of course, no one cares because he built that program up. And unless that happens here, everybody's going to remember this. And it's different for me because I'm a fan of the team. I don't care about how Alabama fans felt. I mean, Alabama was on, like, they had their ups and downs, definitely had a lot of downs. Then Nick Saban came in and, you know, the Galactic Empire turned. You know, and all we're trying to get in Florida State is the new hope, and we can't even get that. And it's like Jacksonville strikes back. That's all it was. I mean, but it's just the last play. I mean, I played Dan in a lot of FIFA, ESPN college football games. He'll recognize that play because he used to do that play all the time because he couldn't run the football. He'd go back there and put like 3 on one side, 1 on the other side, and just run jets just down the field. And we're like in single coverage.
Yeah,
I didn't understand that.
That play was so strange because it seemed like there was no one on the back end.
There was no one.
That was so weird.
That's why the dude waltzed into the end zone.
Yeah,
he had a block. First of all, though, you're next to the guy. What is the attempt of trying to tackle him? Like, this is why I couldn't be a college coach. Because I'm emotional. I'd wake up tomorrow and be like, your scholarship. Hey, buddy. This piece of paper. Thanks for coming here. You can hit the transfer portal right now. Man, transfer to Jacksonville State. Hey, defensive coordinator. Hey, why don't you go to FCS? You're gone. I'm waking up getting rid of everybody.
I see.
Because this team isn't prepared for anything. And again, we play Wake Forest, and I don't know who we play after Wake Forest. It doesn't matter who we play. This oh my God.
Man.
I'm not. That's why I went to bed at 2:00. I was so angry last night.
Well, I woke up and I saw the highlights. I was like, oh boy.
What highlight? It was one highlight. Like, who did that's a play that we wouldn't even give up in flag football. I mean, come on. It's a simple play. He's running down. I mean, literally, there's 6 seconds left in the game. All you got to do is tackle the guy at the 1. You can tackle him somewhere. Trip him. Tackle him. Anything. Come on. I mean, dude. And, you know, again, because of who we are, the first story on ESPN is FSU coach lost at Jacksonville State, unacceptable. Not even anything with the NFL today. No. First headline, not Oregon beating Ohio State. No, it's this garbage program in Tallahassee. He said he apologized for his. Don't apologize, punk. How about you resign? In his second year. I don't care what year he's in. He described it as totally unacceptable. Please.
Calm down.
I apologize to our fan base, to our university, to all Seminoles for the performance we had. I take ownership of it. I don't give a rat's butt. Yeah, you take ownership of it. Who else was on the sideline calling that dumb defense? I mean, Jacksonville State, it's not like they looked good on the first 2 plays to get down there. They looked disjointed and horrible. They're on their own, I reiterate, their own 40-yard line.
Yeah.
Literally 60 yards to go. And they were really just trying to get down. They were too busy thinking about, well, what if they get a field goal right? I don't care about field goal range. I don't care about it because then all that is in field goal range, they would have tied the game. That's tying the game.
Yeah.
You're worried about that, but you're not worried about giving up a deep ball and no one decided to tackle? I'm done. I don't want to talk about this. We're not talking about this team for the rest of the year.
Okay. But don't get too down hurt. Like you said, they got Wake Forest next week, you know. So
yeah, which is another loss.
No.
And that, by the way, this supplants the most embarrassing loss we've had, which was against Wake Forest at home years and years and years ago when we lost 34-0. This is the worst loss in the history of this program.
34-0 at home To Wake Forest? Wow.
Yeah, when during Bobby Bowden's later years, we were just kind of struggling at home to Wake Forest.
So the Lamar Jackson's coming out party game wasn't the worst loss?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean that was you named a player on the team. Who the hell played for Wake Forest? Tim Duncan. I mean, who was out there? You know what I mean? Yeah. Was Chris Paul out there? I mean, who was on Wake Forest?
Chris Paul was there, you know.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe Tim Duncan was outside as a tight end or something.
Oh, man. All right, man. Well, look, we're gonna let's move on from Florida State, man, because we're gonna talk about some happier things today, right? Like the Cowboys losing to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Thursday Night Football to kick off the season. How about that, Hurt? What'd you think of that game? You're still mad, huh? That doesn't make you happy?
I can't.
The Cowboys losing? Come on, man.
Yeah. That's good.
Well, I thought it was a very entertaining game, man. I thought the matchup was perfect to start the season. We got to see Dak. You know, there was a lot of mystery behind Dak. You know, he's coming back from an awful foot injury. Then he strained his shoulder in training camp, and they pretty much shut him down. He didn't throw for a couple weeks, so nobody knew what to expect from Dak. But let me tell you, man, that dude almost threw for 500 yards. It seems like Dallas knew they couldn't run the ball, so they just came out with a game plan where we're going to have a short passing game. We're going to throw to our talented receivers and running backs and do our thing. And they put up points, and they had the lead with like 100. I mean, with like a minute and 20 seconds left. But that's just it, man. You know, you got the lead, kicked the field goal, but you left too much time for the GOAT. And you can't leave Tom Brady over a minute left in the game. It's going to make you pay. And speaking of Tom Brady, I'm talking about 45. This dude's 44. And his arm looks great. He was throwing darts. He was throwing deep passes. Yo, it's like him, Antonio Brown, and Gronk went into a time machine. You know what I'm saying? And picked up 5 years of their life or something like that, or became 5 years younger.
Gronk looks good. Like Gronk looks like he's really in shape and motivated.
Good Lord, man. Well, he had 2 touchdowns. Antonio Brown had a touchdown. I mean, man. So I give Tom Brady a lot of credit, man. I don't know that TB12, man. I don't know what he's doing and what he's eating, man. Maybe I need to start
doing Subway commercials. I mean, it's like you don't even eat bread.
Yeah. Maybe you just start going to Subway again. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on, but whatever Tom's doing, man.
Yeah, I'm just mad that Tom's turning into Phil Mickelson of football. Like he's like this lovable, fun guy with a personality. Yeah, he never did commercials at all.
Dude, when did you see Tom Brady on commercial? He did
a cryptocurrency commercial. Did you see that?
Dude, I saw that. Giselle was in it too.
Giselle's in it. It is like cracking jokes, and I'm like, who is this guy?
And why do I like him all of a sudden?
Yeah, why is he like somewhat, like I'm able to deal with him? And that to me, which is funny, going through all this, it's still something Michael Jordan hasn't done. Like I feel like certain people have turned themselves around to be different people. Like I'm not saying there are people that still don't hate Tom, but the fact that he calls one of the guys in Boston as like Trader comes up on the phone, dude, that was freaking hilarious. Like I'm not talking to you right now, Tommy. I mean, it was so freaking funny. He's like, I need you on this. All right, I got you back. I mean, it's just, dude, I cannot. It was so fun. I mean, he called Fireman Ed. I mean, seriously, what is going on? I mean, he got all these people in the commercial. So I'm just, the narrative of that game, though, to me was what was being spun in other places. It was like, Brady won the game, but Dak won the, I don't know. It was whatever. I get Dak had a good game. There's 16 games left in the season. He came back. Dak was doing wonderful before he got hurt. he was having a really good season. So I didn't expect, honestly, maybe everybody's like, it could be a little bit rust coming back. I didn't really expect that from him. And he came back and had a good game. Let's just please. I know what team it is. Can we all calm the hell down when it comes to whatever that team is? Because no matter what they do, if that running game isn't going to work, that's all he's going to do is pass for 400 yards every game. But they're not going to win. You have to be able to run the ball. Zeke was not effective out the backfield, in the field. He was like Ohio State yesterday. He's like he wasn't even there. So until they get him working, that team's not going to be that great, to be honest with you. And Dak can look as good as anyone else. Yeah. Oh, this is true, because if I heard that one more time, dude played 5 games last season. He was on pace for 6,700 yards. And they said it during the game, yo. Me and Chris Collinsworth were going to fight.
Yeah.
I'm like, when did Chris Collinsworth start sound like Phil Simms? I don't know what happened to Chris Collinsworth, who I respected and really liked. He starts going, I don't know, man. I'm losing it for him. I really thought he was really good. Now he's getting older. I don't know what's going on. I'm not happy. Not happy with how he was calling that game. So,
wow.
But Dallas lost. That's all that matters. It's supposed to cheer me up, but we'll see.
You know who else lost this week, Hurt? My team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got to talk about this, man. The Ravens. I feel like the season is over before it's even started.
When my neighbor asked me if I'm going to go with him to go try out, then you know it's bad. I didn't know what he was talking about. He was like, "You're going Friday. We're going to head to Owings Mills." I'm like, "For what?" Talking about, like, we got to try out for the backfield. I was like, "Oh," and I don't know if I remember if Gus was hurt. When did he get hurt? Thursday.
Yep.
So he got hurt Thursday, and he said that to me. I was like, "That's true." But then they signed every free agent running back there was. Now, y'all literally have a who's who of fantasy running backs.
Yeah. So let's just do rewind real quick. Let me give you a little peek into what's going on with the Ravens this preseason. So basically, this whole preseason, it got off to a bad start when Lamar didn't come on the very first day of training camp. He couldn't play or participate because of COVID, so he missed 10 days. But since that time, we've had numerous injuries. Rashad Bateman, our number 1 draft pick, he had to have surgery basically for his groin. So he's out until later this month or early October, or hopefully early October. We had Hollywood Brown. We had Sammy Watkins have hamstring injuries. We've had tons of offensive linemen, minor injuries, but they're finally getting all healthy, so that's good. But to make matters worse, before the season has started, the Ravens have lost 5 players, 5 key contributors out for the season. First was L.J. Fort, ACL. He was inside linebacker who was great in coverage. We're going to miss him. He's gone. J.K. Dobbins on the Washington football team's turf, ACL, out for the season. Our number 1 running back. Then we lose Justice Hill in practice. He tore his Achilles, our number 3 running back, out for the season. Then this week, Gus Edwards, our number 2 running back, out for the season. But the biggest loss of all is Marcus Peters. Oh my gosh, our number 2 cornerback. And he's the one that gets the most interceptions in our secondary. Out for the season, torn ACL. And apparently they did it. They were both non-contact. They were on back-to-back plays. I think Marcus Peters was just doing drills. Gus Edwards, he did a cut and his knee gave out. Like, I've never seen this type of team rattle with injuries before the season. I mean, 5 key players out for the year, man. It's just,
man, a lot of it, and 3 of those are for the same position, basically.
Yeah, like,
so yeah, that's what makes it hard. It's depleted on that that area. So it was, again, not being the biggest fan of the team. No one wants to see anybody get hurt. I don't care if it's Dallas or Giants or Ravens. You want everybody healthy. You want to have a whole full season from everybody. You know what I mean? So this was just devastating, just to see people just lose a season. And J.K. Dobbins, seemed like he was probably have a good breakout season this year. Gus Edwards, really good backup. It was just, man, it just, when it rains, it pours, and it was that's exactly what was going on.
Yeah.
So, but you guys did sign Le'Veon Bell.
Yep.
So you signed Devontae Freeman.
Yep.
You signed Adrian Peterson. You signed Jim Brown. You signed Barry Sanders. Am I missing anybody? You signed Herschel Walker. He's still in good shape.
I don't want Herschel Walker anywhere near.
But maybe you could trade Herschel to Minnesota and get a whole bunch of picks. that could happen.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, I will say the Ravens did sign 4 running backs this week.
I thought it was 3. You signed 4?
Yeah, we signed 4 running backs. We signed, like you said, Le'Veon Bell and Devontae Freeman. They're going to start the year on the practice squad. Le'Veon needs to get in football shape. He hasn't been in any camps. He hasn't, done anything this preseason. So he's got to get in the football shape. We signed Latavius Murray, which I think was
I think that was a good pick.
Because he's like Gus Edwards. His running style is just like Gus Edwards. So, and even if you look at his stats, his height, his weight, his stats, his production is just like Gus Edwards, man. So I think we're good there.
And he's probably in the best shape out of everybody.
Yeah, he just came from camp. And I think he's gonna definitely play on Monday. But we also signed Trenton Cannon off who was on Carolina's team, and he's going to replace Justice Hill. But he's really more of a special teams guy, which is exactly what Justice Hill's. He was a special teams gunner, so he'll replace Hill. Latavius Murray will replace Gus Edwards, and Tyson Williams is going to be the man. And I think people are going to be in for a surprise when they see this guy, because Tyson, he's going to be a player.
Okay, so as I went to look up who you added, I see the Trenton Cannon. I see a story about concerns over the Ravens practice field.
Who said that?
Marcus Spears and Dan Orlovsky.
Marcus
I don't think it's turf or anything, right? It's a regular field, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not, dude. There's nothing wrong with the field, man. It's the same practice field that they've been using.
Yeah, I just think if people see something that happens, especially happens the same day, they want to blame something.
Yeah,
and it's just an accident.
Yeah, because out of the players that got hurt, and out for the season, they were on only Peters and Edwards were on that practice field, but they've been using that field forever.
I've been using them for years.
Yeah, I mean, J.K. got hurt on Washington's turf. LJ Ford got hurt.
You mentioned that already. Thanks.
Yeah, LJ Ford got hurt in Carolina, so I don't see what the
I guess same day minutes behind each other. Yeah. I don't know, but I was like, is there an issue with it? I think people always try to find something.
Yeah, something to blame. I just think it's bad luck, honestly. But maybe they need to look into how they run their camp or something, because a lot of people did get even minor injuries this year. So maybe they need to look at, how hard they're letting those guys go at camp. I don't know. But Marcus Peters, he was just doing a drill. He was just doing drills. Like, I mean, it sucks, man. It sucks, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, we got a lot of games coming up this week. And I'm gonna get your picks, Hurt. I'm gonna get your picks for the games this week.
Yeah, no. It's a long week, man. It's a long week because we got to do the Thursday night game as well. So, which is Washington Giants. So we'll go through the Saturday games, and we'll do the Thursday game last.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, man. Well, we're starting at 1:00.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh at Buffalo.
Right. Yep. It's Buffalo is of course playing at home. I got Buffalo.
I'm taking Pittsburgh, man.
Oh wow. Okay. Yep. I think Buffalo's gonna be ready to come out. I think your boy, your fellow Turpin, is. I think he's gonna have a good game. I know Pittsburgh's a little bit healthier. I just gotta, and I know they have their running games different. I gotta see how that O line is though.
Yeah, that's the key. Yeah.
I just if they hold up, then yeah, if they get their running game going, they can win this game. I just don't know it, but I think I just have a feeling this first game. I think Buffalo's gonna. I think it's gonna be a good game, but I think Buffalo's gonna eke it out.
All right, we have the New York Jets at Carolina. Hurt. Who you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Carolina on this one. It's a home game. Jets on the road. You know, starting a rookie, a new head coach as well. It's the second year for Carolina underneath Matt Rule. I think Carolina's going to win out by like a field goal.
Okay. I was going to pick the Jets this game, but honestly, this is the Sam Darnold, you know, I'm going to show off because y'all got rid of me type of thing. So because of that motivation, not that you need any more motivation, but he wants to kill the Jets. And I think Matt Rule will put him in position to perform well. So I'm going to take Carolina. All right. Also at 1:00, we have Jacksonville Jaguars at Houston Texans. Tyrod and what's his name? Taylor Lawrence. Good Lord. Trevor. Yeah.
The only reason to watch this game is Trevor Lawrence. There's really nothing on either side that you want to watch. So it's the debut of Urban Meyer and it's the debut of Trevor Lawrence. That's the only reason why anybody was going to watch this game. Period. Because the Texans are a hot mess, and no one cares. So for that, I'm going to pick the Jaguars to win this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Jags because I think Houston's probably going to be the worst team this year. We have a comment here coming in. Cowboys are taking the East this year. Hurt.
Well, we both. Well, what did you pick?
What did I pick?
Yeah, for the division.
I picked the Washington football team winning the division, but I think I did have the Cowboys. Did I have the Cowboys? Yes, I had the Cowboys making the playoffs.
Okay. Well, I had them winning the division, so I agree with Cade. Because, again, there's no back-to-back winners in the NFC East. So I think they're definitely going to win that division. So I agree with Cade. And thank you, Cade, for your comments.
Yeah.
All right, what we got next?
All right, 1:00, Arizona at Tennessee. Who you like this one, Hurt?
I think this is going to be a fun game, actually. I can't wait to watch it on Red Zone channel. And it depends on who owns the ball. We all know they got that fast play down there in Arizona. But if the running game goes for Tennessee, they're going to control the clock and score. I said Tennessee at home.
I'm taking Arizona this game, man.
Okay. I mean, you got their quarterback as 101. So you can't forget that.
Right. I just don't trust Tennessee's defense. I don't trust the secondary. I don't know if they're going to be able to generate enough pass rush. Now, you do have the factor about Arizona coming east from the West Coast, but it is week 1, so that shouldn't make too much of a difference. I just like Kyler Murray over Tennessee's defense this game. But we will get to see Julio Jones debut. And so we get to see the trifecta of Tannehill, Julio Jones, and Derrick Henry and AJ Brown, right? He's still on their squad. So
yeah.
That's a quad factor, actually. So I mean, they got weapons in Tennessee, but the question is, do they have defense? And real quick, just going back to Cade, he feels how I feel. Fitz is going to be good this year. That dude can play. That's why I picked the Washington football team to win the division, because I feel like Fitzpatrick is surrounded by weapons, and they have really good defense in Washington. So I just feel like as long as he doesn't mess it up too much, they're going to be good. I think Washington's going to be good. I'm looking forward to seeing them play today. I'm really looking forward to seeing them play.
Again, I go back to how the division's been. Every year has been a good team. Every year has been a down team. Everybody goes, and this division is usually competitive, whether it's losing records or not. That division is just that division. But no one since 2004 has won it back-to-back years.
That's crazy. So, that is crazy.
And I don't see it happen this year. And Dallas is really trying to prove something. They really need to prove something. So, and Mike McCarthy needs to prove something as well, to be honest.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's go on to our next game. We have Philadelphia at Atlanta. 1 o'clock.
Battle of birds. I don't like birds too much. Except for Orioles. I like the Orioles. But here, I got to go for Atlanta. I think Jalen Hurts is still going to get a lot of fancy points for people. But I just think Pitts, hopefully his first game shows up in this one. Home game for the ATL. The ATL is going to show up. I think Atlanta's going to win this game.
Okay. Real quick, getting back to Cade, he says Fitz is the second best QB in the East, and he doesn't think it's close. I agree because I don't think Danny Dimes is showing us anything. And who else am I missing in the division? Oh, Jalen Hurts. Yeah, we don't know.
He's developing.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. So.
I'm taking the Eagles, man.
Okay.
I know Atlanta's home, but once again, their defense has to prove something to me, man. I think
that's true.
Yeah, I like Jalen Hurts' game. As a matter of fact, I like him as a daily fantasy play as well. I'm taking him in daily fantasy today as well. So I think the Eagles are going to show up. I think they're going to show up, and I don't think it's even. I think it'll be a close game, but I just don't like Atlanta, man. Just don't know. Now I will say they do have a new coaching staff, so maybe their defense will get better. But we know offensively they have weapons. We'll see what they can do on the defensive end. But I'm taking the Eagles today.
Gotcha.
All right. This is an interesting one, I think. Minnesota's at Cincy today. Who you got, man?
Well, I mean, we really haven't seen Burrow play, and it's his first game playing at home. I'm not a fan of Soda. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of Soda's quarterback, but I'm a fan of Soda's running back. So in that case, and he's going to be running angry today. Seems though his college let him down yesterday. So I think he's gonna have a big game, and I think Minnesota's gonna go in there and win at Cincy.
Okay. Now see, Kate says he hopes Atlanta runs all over the Birds and backs up all over them. I don't know. We'll see.
No one likes the Eagles. The Eagles are pigeons. Just don't.
Hey man, they got a Super Bowl MVP on their team. Don't you forget about that. All right.
I'm still mad they had that one. Even though they're playing New England still.
So you're taking Minnesota, you said?
I'm taking Minnesota.
Yeah, I gotta go with Minnesota this game, man. Cincy, how they gonna stop Minnesota? Please.
Yeah, I don't see it.
And they have nothing on defense that could shut down Delvin Cook, as far as I'm concerned. Question with Cincy is, has their offensive line improved? Because their offensive line got Joe Burrow hurt last year. That and their coach, who for whatever reason wanted him to throw like 40, 50 times a game behind that offensive line. So we'll see how it goes. But I just don't think Cincy has enough on defense to keep Minnesota at bay. So I am going with the Vikings. All right. At 1 o'clock, San Fran at Detroit.
San Francisco next.
Yeah. We're not even going to spend too much time on that one.
I don't want to talk about this game at all.
All right, Dan. Miami at New England. Who you got, man?
I got Miami. I got Miami. Huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, so I got Miami because I really feel like they're being disrespected everywhere.
Okay, how is Miami being disrespected?
Well, you're picking them third in the division, and they listen to the podcast, so they're going to use that as motivation. I think that everybody thinks it's going to be basically everybody feels like since it's going to be a renaissance for New England and McDougal, their quarterback. Golf ain't doing nothing. Please, he's going to go golfing maybe. Anyway, but going back to McDougal and New England, I just think that Miami's going to go up there. I love their coach. I love their game. I think Tua's going to have a solid game, and it's going to be a close game. But I think McDougal's going to have turnovers. They're going to have turnovers, and Dolphins are going to get on top of those turnovers and win this game. It's going to be like a 2017. It's never easy to win in Gillette, the best shave a man can get. But I think it's going to be a close score, and I think Miami's going to win this game.
Okay. I agree with Cade here. He says he thinks Miami pretty much like the new Browns, an up-and-coming team, which I agree. I like Miami's coach. I like their weapons on offense. I like their defense. Not so sure about their quarterback, though, but I think Tua's going to be okay. I think Tua's going to be fine. I just don't like him week one going to New England. I think Belichick's going to have a game plan in place to kind of contain Miami as much as they can. And on the flip side, I think he's going to have a really good game plan in place for Mac Jones to be able to perform in his first NFL start at home. I just got a feeling they're going to win this one. And this isn't, I'm not saying Miami's not going to be a good team. I just have a feeling Patriots going to win this first game.
Okay.
All right. Seattle at Indy.
I think this is going to be a good game. Seattle going on the road, their first game. It depends on his Indy. Indy looks like they're back to health. But I definitely think they're going to Seattle's going to go and win.
Hey, Kate, let's hope he's not Tom Brady 2.0 because I don't know if I could deal with another New England dynasty.
Well, the way the dude acted, he acted like he was Tom Brady. The way he came down. And just even when he was drafted, like he was disrespected. Like, who are you, dude?
Yeah, we both talked about that night. Like, this guy was
crazy. I was like, why is he walking down here like he angry?
Right, dude. You just got picked 15th in the draft. Stop.
Please.
Cut it out.
You're not. I mean, you're a quarterback from Alabama. Your name's not Tua. Calm down.
Oh man. Let's see, where were we? Oh, Cindy versus Seattle versus Indy. Who'd you have in that?
Yeah, I got Seattle.
Yeah, same here, dude. I don't bet against Russell Wilson. There's only one team that I'll bet against Russell on, and that's the Rams. For whatever reason, the Rams the
Rams always seem to know what to do.
Yeah, but other than that, no, I'm not betting against Russell, man.
Yeah.
Oh, this should be a good game today. Cleveland at KC. This is a rematch.
Honestly, I was thinking about leaning towards the Browns, but I feel like KC is motivated this season, and they're going to come out and they're going to put up some points today. They're going to put up some points today, and I think they're going to win this game.
Yeah, I'm going to give it to KC. Pat Mahomes at Holmes.
Pat Mahomes at Holmes?
Yes, that's what I said. I'm not betting against him, though. I do feel like the Browns are going to give him a game. I think this is going to be a three-point game, definitely a one-score game. Looking forward to see how the Browns perform, but Pat Mahomes ain't hurt this time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to give KC the win right here. Oh, my man, Cade.
Yeah, you just made Brian's day.
Oh boy. I think Mr. Stafford is overhyped, but I guess we'll see. No, we don't have to wait and see, my friend. Mr. Stafford is overhyped, and I've been talking about that on this podcast for a long time. You just those were music to my ears because I've been talking about this forever
and ever.
Yeah, just how overhyped Mr. Borderline Hall of Famer, for people always throw that around with him for whatever reason. It's so overhyped. As a matter of fact, I read an article this week talking about how he performs how he has performed in his career against teams who are winning records. And he's 8-67. 8-67 in his career. Does that sound like good? Yeah, not too bad, right? Yeah. So, but that being said, I do feel like he will perform way better in LA just because he's around a better coach, a great defense, and he's got weapons on offense.
I think Sean McVay will make him a better quarterback.
But mark my words, Matt Stafford, somewhere along the line, is going to mess that whole operation up. That's all I'm saying. All right. Today we got Green Bay at New Orleans. Well, really in Jacksonville because they're on a neutral field. And I think this plays great for Green Bay. What do you think?
I think it played great for Green Bay if they were playing in New Orleans. I don't think it doesn't matter where this game's being played because I feel like Green Bay is going to win this game. Jameis, of course, is going to start in quarterback. He has something to prove. It's still going to be a tough game for everybody, but Green Bay is going to win this
game. Yeah. I can't see Green Bay losing this. I'm trying to think of why this would even be a close game. Am I shortchanging Jameis? Am I shortchanging the New Orleans defense? But I just think the fact that it's on a neutral field.
If Green Bay can't stop the running game, because we know Jameis can actually throw. The problem is the other team's there too. So, it's going to be, it's going to be tough. But Green Bay is going to come out motivated.
Here's a question from Kate. Would you have Cam on the Saints or Winston at this point?
Winston, because I know Winston could throw. I still don't know Cam's motion, the way he's played, especially last season. He doesn't look mechanically right at all.
Yeah, something's not right with Cam.
Plus, honestly, and I usually don't harp on this. Like, I'm tired of the hair. Maybe New Orleans doesn't need somebody that with hair like that unless it's Mardi Gras. So I will just go with Jameis.
All right, same here, man. I just don't know what's going on with Cam, man. Just don't know. All right, here's one. Denver is at New York Giants.
I'm rooting for Denver. The Giants they have a short week because they play on Thursday as well. I just have a sneaky suspicion they're going to eat this out with a field goal. I would say the Giants win.
Are you taking the Giants to win?
I'm taking the Giants.
All right, same here. I think
I'm taking too many road teams as well. So okay. I'm going to give this one to the Giants.
Yeah, I like the Giants this game. So, interesting to see, though, how Teddy Bridgewater makes out in Denver around all those weapons they have out there.
I think he's going to do well. I just think, again, if Williams could run, if they could run the ball with Williams and get that going, they're going to be a dangerous team. I just think, Williams got to see how Saquon is. Depends on, Saquon's back to being healthy, and that line can block. And, as you said, Danny Dimes. This is playing at home like a 2017 game.
All right. Okay, we have the Sunday night game. This is the last. Oh, no, we have two more. Sunday night game, Chicago at the Rams. Who you like?
Rams. Andy Dalton's going on the road. Andy Dalton's quarterback. Andy Dalton. The Rams.
Did the Bears let go of one of those QBs yet? Dallas needs a backup.
Well, guess who'll be coming there in week 5? Andy Dalton. He'll be back there once Justin Fields takes over. Andy Dalton could be back playing backup down there for Dallas.
Speaking of Justin Fields hurt, when do you think he cracks? What week do you think, honestly, he'll crack the starting lineup?
Week 5 is when they realize Andy Dalton is the red water pistol. He's going to be backing up. Justin Fields will be taking the fields, as you would say.
Okay. All right. I started to go Chicago this game, but this is going to be the first time fans are showing up at the SoFi State. Why?
Yeah.
Look, the Bears, they've seen Stafford. They're used to Stafford, right? They've been seeing him for years. They know how to defend him. Andy Dalton is a capable QB. It's not like he's
still Andy Dalton.
But he is still Andy Dalton, and he's still got to go up against that Rams defense. That's why I'm picking the Rams. But don't be surprised if the Bears give them a really good fight tonight.
Yeah, it's first game of the season. That happens.
Yeah. But I'm going with the Rams.
Okay.
All right, so we have 2 games left. Your team and my team. We'll start with my team because they're on Monday Night Football.
And is there one game on Monday night or 2?
Yeah, I was just about to say, why did ESPN get rid of the doubleheader? I don't like that.
I love the doubleheader.
Yeah, I don't know why they got rid of it.
Having a game start at like 7, makes me feel really, really good. Yes, right. Andy is decent and a serviceable backup. Keyword backup.
Right.
That dude is not a starting quarterback. Point blank, period.
Yes, and yes, Nick Foles is, for whatever reason, still on the Bears. Probably because they can't trade him with that terrible contract he still has. So,
horrible.
But yeah, so the Ravens are starting off Monday Night Football this year in Vegas against the Raiders in the black hole. They are depleted. I'm still going to pick. Gosh.
No, I'm picking. I go first.
All right, you go first.
I'm picking the Ravens. Ravens, not the. There's only one way to say the other team's name. So when I'm just going to say Ravens or Crows or Magpies or whatever. So I think the Ravens are going to win. They're going to beat the Raiders. Even though that place, those fans, dude, it's going to be a scene. So I never watched Ravens games at all. And growing up, I hated the Raiders. So I'm just going to watch just to see how that stadium is with all those crazy, insane Raiders Nation people and their skulls and all that stuff. I'm looking just for that. That place is going to be wild. It's going to be fun to watch. And hopefully they wear black, you wear purple. It'll be like a really fun game. Yeah. So.
All right. You got to go with LJ. Hey, Kate, I'm with you on this one. A couple things. The Ravens to start the season are pretty good. For the last two seasons, they have killed their opponents, Cleveland and Miami. We were actually at that game. We saw that live in person. Sorry, Dan.
Don't bring that up today.
So the Ravens normally going strong in openers, whether they're on the road or at home. But yeah, we got Lamar, and Lamar performs on Monday Night Football. The last 2 times he was on Monday night, he had the 5 touchdowns against the Rams in 2019. Last year, he had the cramp game where he came off the locker room, out of the locker room after having cramps, threw a touchdown, 4th and 5 in the 4th quarter to propel the Ravens to victory over the Cleveland Browns. So he shows up on Monday night. We know that. So yeah, I'll go with the Ravens. I think their running game is going to be fine. Raiders defense was terrible last year, and I don't know if they've done much to improve it. Now they do have a new defensive coordinator, Gus Bradley, who was the defensive coordinator of the Chargers when they shut down the Ravens in the playoffs a couple years ago. So he may have some ideas as to how to defend Lamar successfully, but the question is, does he have the personnel? That being said, yeah, I'm going with my team. I'm going with the Ravens to win.
Ravens start out hot and then fizzle from Greer.
Oh, hot then fizzle. Greer, yeah. I don't know if they fizzle. The Ravens' history is that they start off good out the gate. They have a little bit of a lull in the middle of the season, but come November, December, they win games. And you could look it up under John Harbaugh in November and especially December, they have a great record. So Yeah, we'll see how it goes this year. Like I said, though, the injuries are really
yeah.
I mean, that's really something to overcome. And the thing is, the season hasn't started. You know you're going to have more injuries. So, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, man. Let's get to this Washington football team. Thursday night football.
Well, we gotta go today, Sunday, and then we'll do Thursdays.
Oh yeah, that's right. We haven't done. They played the Chargers this week. Oh wait a minute. Let's see what Greer says.
What about come playoffs?
Well, yeah. I mean, look. They fizzle. They fizzle in the playoffs, both offensively and defensively. They're 1-3 in the playoffs since Lamar Jackson's been the starter. I will tell you this though. I do think Lamar Jackson gets unfair criticism when it comes to the playoffs, especially last year. The Buffalo game last year, for a lot of reasons, they didn't do well. Windy weather, terrible.
It's like that game against Tennessee. Tennessee just wore them out, like on offense.
You talking about the year? You talking about the year before?
Yeah. Like that wasn't on him.
Well, no, I mean, we could go back to that game, but there were a lot of reasons why the Ravens lost that game. I thought the coaching was bad. I thought the team was tight. They didn't play a game in 2 weeks, really 3 weeks because they sat out the last game that season. There was a lot going on, but that's a whole nother thing. I could go into reasons why.
We'll see. Hopefully, like I said, if they make it through this season, and it could be one of those miracle runs if they make it to the playoffs. So we'll see this season.
Yeah,
let's get to my game.
Yes, let's get you your 2 games. All right, today they face the Chargers. Man, the Chargers are coming to FedEx Field.
Yeah, I'm a Justin Herbert fan. They recently had a question about who should Washington have picked? Should they have picked Herbert or should they have picked this guy right here? This guy right there.
Chase Young.
And the answer always is the quarterback. If you feel like you get a franchise quarterback, you take him. We didn't go that route. We got Chase Young, and Chase Young's going to chase Herbert all over the field today. And in a close game, I think the FedEx turf is going to come into play. Somebody's going to slip, fall. We're going to get a fumble recovery, and we're going to win the game.
I'm going with the Chargers, man.
Yeah, well, mostly everybody is. So. And I can't disagree with that. I think they have a really good team. I really do. But I just think this game we're going to eke out a W for the W's. So.
Yeah. Kay says he don't want Washington to do well, but he thinks they have the best balance in the East. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, on both sides of the ball. Again, we don't still know how Fitz magic or Fitz tragic is going to show up. Hopefully it's a little bit more magic today. Magic hands. And not too many turnovers. So we'll see. But I think Washington ekes out one today, and we eke out one on Thursday night football against one of our rivals, of course, the New York Football Giants.
Is that at New York or is that?
No. We're well, you mean New Jersey, but no, we're playing at home.
Okay.
We're playing at home, so which usually we don't do well. But this is Thursday. Right. We're okay. I think we're okay on Thursdays. We cannot win on Sundays nor Monday nights. So
let's just make it. Yeah.
I don't know how many Monday night games we have. Hopefully 0 this year or 1, but let's keep it at a minimum.
Yeah, I'm taking you guys to beat the Giants at home on Thursday as well.
So we're going to start off 2-0, hopefully. So we'll see.
All right.
But I mean, we have a hard schedule, so we're definitely not going to be. I think the starters was going to help us out because we're going to struggle in the middle.
Okay. Cool, man. All right, man. Well, that's it for the sports today. But here on the NY the
podcast, Terry McLaurin is a beast.
Oh yeah,
I like him. But the main man is to make sure Antonio Gibson. If we can get that running game going and have Gibson out of the backfield, that's what's going to help us during the season.
Yeah.
So, yep. But okay, what you got?
No, I'm just saying. We don't only talk sports here on the NY the MD podcast,
Nope.
We also talk a little, entertainment, movies, TV, whatever's going on. And we've been covering this What If series because Marvel has just been marvelous to us this year with WandaVision, Loki, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Black Widow, Shang-Chi. We got the Eternals. We got Far From Home coming out later this year. So, but right now we've been watching What If. We're on episode 5, and what if there was a zombie apocalypse and the Avengers became zombies and still had all their powers? Man, Hurt.
Dude, this was flipping, and it was a flipping fun episode. I enjoyed it from beginning to the end. Just Bruce waking up and just like, oh, hey, Tony, oh, whoa, we're going too far. It started from that point and just took off from there, man. So, but again, we're having a whole lot of love for the Pyms, man. I'm a little confused as to why there's a lot of love for the Pyms.
Hey, because they're underrepresented, Hurt, in the Marvel.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. But they're getting some major play.
Yeah, man.
In these last couple ones. So.
And think about it, they're the cause of the demise of the Avengers, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? When they're involved, they're either getting shot or they're becoming zombies. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Hank. I mean, this wasn't really Hank's fault. The mom was infected, and then infected. They both came back, and obviously they still have their own intelligence and, like you said, superpowers. It was just good, and the fact that Peter was like, how to survive zombies, apocalypse, and
that was good.
You guys don't have movies in Wakanda, I mean, horror movies. You don't have horror movies in Wakanda, and I think she said we had the first Justice League. I think she said that. Yeah.
But you know what hurt me though. You know what hurt me though, right? Right, Hurt in this episode. Zombie Wanda, man.
Zombie Wanda was powerful,
dude. I was like, no, not Wanda, no.
And the fact that Vision, the computer with a heart, was like, he was feeding people to her. Like, I was trying to keep her at bay, and then he's like, she hasn't eaten in days, dude. That was so crazy.
He gave her T'Challa's legs, son. Like, dude. What's going on?
He's like, we have to get out of here. I'm like, what are you talking? I'm like, they have him hemmed up. It was crazy. It was a crazy episode.
Yeah.
But this, after the last two, this was definitely a big improvement, and I definitely enjoyed it. And then the end of it, forget about it. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, forget zapping people into, oblivion. He would have snapped everyone in the zombies.
Oh, man.
And he had the Infinity Gauntlet on.
Oh, my God.
And they were heading right towards him with the Mind Stone. That Vision ripped out of his own head. By the way, that had to hurt.
Yeah.
That was crazy, insane. I loved it. I loved every minute of this episode.
Yeah, I just really like this series. Like I said, I love the creativity with the series. I feel like because it's animated, they could take a lot of chances. They could be so creative. They create these fun stories, man, and it's just so good, man. And I'm loving every minute of all these. My favorite was still episode 2, but all the episodes have been great.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I just didn't. Again, the whole Killing Avengers thing with Hank Pym was just kind of. But I did like the Doctor Strange one last week. So yeah. But this definitely was really this one today was really good.
Yeah. All right.
So, all right. Well, we have our series that we're going to go through real quick, unless you want to save it, which we've been saving it for a while. But you want to because we are kind of close to over.
Yeah.
We can save it for next week.
Yeah, let's save it because All
right, so we're gonna save it for next week. We're gonna do, and next week we will be doing it. I don't care if we start the show with it. It's our top 10 80s storylines. So just storylines from the 80s, or each one of us have different our different top 10s. So this is like not movie wise or sports wise, just regular news events that occurred during the 1980s. So that's what we have there. So that's what we have coming up next week that we will be doing. Of course, we'll have a wrap up of the weekend of college football, and we have a wrap up from what happened today and Thursday in the NFL, and Monday night and Thursday night in the NFL. So, but thank you everybody for tuning in. Of course, we're on StreamYard and YouTube. Please subscribe and send us a like. We would appreciate it. Follow us on our socials, on Facebook, IG, and the Twitter. And of course, we're on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. Everywhere you find podcasts, you will find N1MD Podcast. Thank you everybody for tuning in. And we love you guys. Everybody take it safe, and we'll see you next week.
Peace out, y'all.